Only you can make sure that this show is better than Polygon. Welcome back to another episode of What You Missed News, the video game news show that recaps things that happen in the video game industry that might be important to the industry and possibly to you, ladies and gentlemen. I've got a few announcements before we jump into the news, but I do have some interesting news stories, so be sure to stay tuned. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to kick things off by promoting, once again, Super Geek Box. They always send me some of the coolest stuff in the world, I gotta tell you. This time they sent me a really cool Squirtle hat, and I'm super excited to have it. I wear it while I stream over on Twitch while streaming Pokemon. It's a very fitting hat. So if you're interested in getting one of the Super Geek Boxes, you can check the link in the description below. I get a small kickback, you get a Super Geek Box, and yeah, basically you find some cool stuff that you might otherwise not be able to get in your area. So with that said, ladies and gentlemen, I suppose we should just jump right into the news, right? Yeah. So beginning, Mario is a plumber again. I don't know if they can make their mind up or not, honestly. So after finding out that Mario wasn't a plumber, now we find out that Mario is a plumber. So yeah, here's an update on the Nintendo website talking about Mario's bio. He has a sunny disposition, blah blah blah, okay? His occupation is plumber. However, his activities don't stop there, and it also emphasizes that he loves Princess Peach. So that's good. I mean, you could read the bio for yourself. I'm not going to go into everything because it's a long bio with just whatever. It's Mario. It's what he does. But the most important section here is his occupation is plumber. It literally states it. It doesn't dance around it. It doesn't say he once was a plumber. It literally says he is a plumber. His occupation is plumber. So he's a plumber, ladies and gentlemen, that's all there is to it. Maybe they just wanted to clarify it because people thought he wasn't a plumber, and he really is. So there you go. Nintendo Switch is still accurately tracking the playtime, but a fix is coming in the future. So you guys remember the story I covered where I had showed you that my Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild progress had been reset on the playtime on the Nintendo Switch, right? Okay, cool. You're with me. A lot of people had their playtimes reset recently for certain games on the Nintendo Switch. They said that they were coming up with a fix in the future, and now they have commented on this once again. They wanted to clarify that they are assuring that playtime is indeed still being tracked. Some Nintendo Switch owners' play activity info is not displaying correctly, but the activity is still being recorded accurately in the background. That is what the company had said on Twitter. A future system update will resolve this issue and ensure play data is correctly displayed, and we apologize for the inconvenience. Who would have thought people would have been up in arms about playtime being inaccurately displayed? I would have been more upset if my save file had been corrupted, but hey, who knows? At the end of the day, some people like to show off how long they played a game and how much they've enjoyed it. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That's something that's coming. There's also an update on the Diablo 3 Switch speculation. This was really strange. First, it started off with something ridiculous over a tweet that Blizzard had done about a Diablo light switch being turned on and off. And people were like, oh my god, Diablo 3 confirmed for Nintendo Switch, when it was just a light switch. And they clarified that it was just supposed to be some community fun and silliness and nightmares and dreams and yeah, okay, we get it, right? Sweet. Well, it turns out that sources have told Eurogamer that speculation of Blizzard is bringing Diablo 3 to the Switch is true, and that they really are doing this, and the game is in production, and its announcement is going to be in several months off. Whether it fits E3 or not, that's to be seen, but that's basically what this story has to say. So I guess, I don't know, maybe Diablo 3 is coming to the Switch, maybe it's not. It's a great game, there's no questioning that, but you can get it pretty cheap for Xbox One and PS4, and again, for the PC, it's really good on the PC, it's really good on the Xbox and PS4 for local co-op, so I strongly suggest you get it, but having a mobile version of it, hey, I wouldn't be against that either. So that's really cool and awesome, and we'll see if it actually is coming out or not. So the Overwatch League's only winless team boots its coach. Yeah, they haven't won a single time. Their coach has been known to do some kind of shady and crappy things. It turns this game style, this playstyle, this professional esports kind of terminology into an actual like 9-to-5 job, except that it's much worse. People were reporting that the practice consisted of 10:30 a.m. to midnight, only stopping for meals, no time for exercise, no time for leisure. I mean, of course, man, if your coach is doing that stuff to you and you're not winning matches, obviously something's got to change. And ended up, other things had happened too, like him approaching other pro players without contacting other management first and stuff like that. He got fined for account sharing, and yeah, okay. So it's all bad. These guys, they decided to boot their coach, and there's that. Hopefully they will find a better coach and be treated a little bit better in the future. So I thought Fortnite Battle Royale Stairway to Heaven would be a good idea. The long and the short of this story is that someone came together with several people and decided to build a stairway as high as they potentially and possibly could, all the way up to the skybox. Unfortunately, there is actually a kill point where you can no longer build anything, and they reached that kill point, plummeting to their death, and ended up their teammates kept trying to build and build and build and build, but they didn't win. It's just they thought that they might be able to go up, 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 and up, and yeah, that it wasn't that high actually. So yeah, I mean, older games, some games, they don't exactly have limits. Like, for example, on the old Halo CE, you can get out of the map and you can just go for a very long time without being instantly killed. But in newer games, they put in kill fields, they put in fields where you just can't build anymore, and it's just a straight line that prevents you from doing that. So that happened with this Fortnite, but I do think it's really cool that somebody did have the idea to build it all the way up to heaven. I wonder if they would have seen God up there. What would his name have been? Admin? What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. Anyways, the ESA, Entertainment Software Association, is actually going to be meeting with the White House on Thursday. Again, in a previous story. I know I'm building off a lot of previous stories in this one. Nonetheless, the ESA had no idea that the White House was meeting with the video game industry, and that had been talked about by the White House officials. They had said, yeah, we're going to be meeting with the video game industry officials to talk about this stuff because of the recent shootings and the violence, and violent video games cause shootings, remember? Yeah, please don't take that out of context. It's ridiculous. Nonetheless, once again, they had stated and clarified that they did actually get an invite from the White House recently. So their statement is up on the video. You can read it if you like, but that's all there is to it. Basically, they got invited and they're going to be talking to the president, to the White House officials about video games. So that's cool. At least they know what's going on and what's happening. There's been a report that The Witcher's Geralt of Rivia is Soulcalibur VI's guest character. So Soulcalibur is very, very infamous and well known for having guest characters all the way back to Soulcalibur 2, where they had Link on the Nintendo GameCube version of it, Spawn on the Xbox, and Heihachi on the PlayStation 2 version. Well, this time they're talking about Geralt possibly being a character on there. This is speculation at this point in time, but it turns out that there's a tweet stating that Geralt is going to be stepping out of the Witcher game for the very first time to make an appearance in the upcoming games later this year. So that's interesting. He said what if. So this is a lot of speculation, a lot of playing, and a lot of pandering. But what's interesting is that Bandai Namco are the ones who published Soulcalibur. They also worked with CD Projekt Red in the past with distributing The Witcher 3. So yeah, they've got some connections there. So I would not be surprised if I would see him appearing in Soulcalibur VI, ladies and gentlemen. So there you go. The most ridiculous downvoted comment in Reddit history, that would be the Star Wars Battlefront 2 comment we've talked about in the past, is now a Star Wars mod, believe it or not. Yeah, so the whole comment was centered around a sense of pride and accomplishment. The intent was to provide the players with a sense of pride and accomplishment for unlocking different heroes. And now it's literally plastered against loot boxes on Star Wars Battlefront 2. This is perfect. It's like the comeuppance, man. It's the perfect mod. I never thought the perfect mod existed until I saw this one. Finally, Kongregate is announcing a digital download service called Kartridge with a K. Now this is strange because it might be a Steam competitor, but it's not been really talked about as being a main Steam competitor. More that it's an interesting service that's going to allow gamers to basically have a Steam client, except it's Kongregate. So you know Kongregate, that website you can go to play free games, get achievements and stuff like that. Well, now they're going to have, something that is like a giant web hub forum where you can share interesting things, talk with people, get into chat rooms, find secrets, stuff like that. It's a catch-all website for video games, but you're also going to be able to play PC games. Now, I don't know if this is going to extend out to AAA publishers like Steam or GOG or maybe Uplay or Origin, but that's what they're saying that they're going to do. I find it interesting that we're getting a lot of these digital downloading services arriving this year, as well as the coming years, as they're talking about games as a service, streaming games, digital downloads, and digital only, and things are going away. Ironic that the digital download service is actually called Kartridge when there are no physical cartridges. Yeah, I would say that's ironic. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, that's it for this episode of What You Missed News. I hope you guys really did enjoy it. If you did, please leave me a like and let me know in the comments below. But also remember to stay subscribed for that Nintendo Switch giveaway every 15th of the month. All you have to do is like and share the videos, leave a comment down in the section below, and be subscribed, and you're entered to win. Now, I am off, ladies and gentlemen, to go digital download some games onto some cartridges and blow the minds of the people over at Kongregate as I use ironic statements to make them an actual reality.